Good afternoon, my fellow SAP students. I'm here today to discuss with you SAP ERP. Now, SAP stands for Systems, Applications, Products, and Data Processing. And SAP is a German company, so the actual name is a German name. That's the German translation of just what I've just told you. An ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning, which is like an integrated system. It's like an all-in-one shop where you have all of the functions in one database. So SAP will do everything that a company needs to do, and they don't need to buy software from another company. SAP will do everything. The current ERP system that is in use for this presentation is ECC6, and ECC stands for ERP Central Component, and 6 is the most recent version, which came out in 2005. The thing about SAP is because it's an integrated software package, it will do everything that the company needs to do with regard to their data processing needs. So they don't need to buy any other software packages such as QuickBooks or Navision or Oracle or anything like that. But basically, the SAP software package will sit on top of a database, and sometimes the database will be Oracle, and sometimes the database will be Excel. It depends upon exactly what database the company uses, but SAP will sit on top of that. And then on top of the modules is the graphic user interface, which is what the user uses. Now in this example, we're going to use a company called Rene's UK Limited. It's got 600 employees, 2,000 customers, 300 vendors, and £1 million in cash in the bank account. So the first thing that you have is the 600 employees goes to the module HCM, which is Human Capital Management. I remember 21 years ago when I first came to the UK, it was called Personnel, or that department was called Personnel, and then they changed it to Human Resources, and now we are Human Capital Management. And it's interesting to know that employees are generally the most expensive cost in a business. So when a business wants to cut costs, one of the first things they do is cut staff. And unfortunately, I've been a victim of that many times. The second, then after the data from the 600 employees goes to Human Capital Management module, it will also tie into the FICO, that's the Finance and Controlling module, because everything that's done in the company has to go through Finance and Controlling if it's relating to any kind of money. And since employees are human capital, then anything relating to the employees with regard to money would go into the FICO module. And then the Human Capital Management module, which has a graphic user interface to it, will connect to the SAP ERP database. You've got your 200 customers that would go into the Sales and Development module. Sales and Development module would also link into the FICO module because it would be dealing with money. You've got your 300 vendors that would go into the Materials Management module, and that too would link into the FICO module because that's relating to money. And then you have the £1 million in the bank and cash. That will go directly to the FICO module. The FICO module will also link into SAP ERP ECC6. You've got your BI module, and that's your reports. That is how people take all of the data that is actually in the database and they can make reports and put them in any fashion that the management of the company would like. So using this example, we have a situation here which we discussed in a previous presentation, whereas the as-is system, and we'll just say, just for this example, we'll say it was QuickBooks. So the as-is system had 500 functions, and when it moved into the SAP system, it would have 2,500 functions. So the gap fit is going to be 2,000 functions. So what the SAP consultant would have to do is they would have to fill in that gap of 2,000 functions to come up with a total of 2,500 functions for SAP. Now, if a project, in any hypothetical project, to convert a system from, we'll say, QuickBooks over to SAP, then this is just a hypothetical listing of how many people would be needed to convert a company's information from QuickBooks to SAP. You would say BI, that would be 200 functions, so you need one member of staff. FICO would be 800 functions, so you would need 4 members of staff. HR, or Human Capital Management, would be 400 functions, so you would need 2 staff. MM would be 200 functions, so you would need 1 staff. SD, that sales and development, you would have 600 functions, so you would need 3 staff. And CRM, you would have 300 functions, so you would need 2 staff. You need an additional 3 staff to take care of technical issues, and then an additional 3 staff for T&L, and I have to be honest with you, I'm not sure exactly what T&L is because I'm copying from a Blackboard that somebody wrote. And then you would have 1 project manager, so you would need a total of 20 staff to convert a QuickBooks system over to SAP. So that just gives you an idea of all of the work that is involved in converting the data from one system to another. And this concludes my presentation on SAP ERP, where I will go ahead and reiterate that SAP is an enterprise resource planning software package. It's an integrated software. It does everything in that one piece of software, so the company would not have any need to buy any additional software for its data processing needs. So I hope this presentation has been of help. Bye.